So, see me and Liam for wrestling, right? The kind of takedown scores in wrestling. If I'm standing, right, see I need to have Liam and the launch front and back, right? Here. I don't have to be in control in that situation, I still get 4 points. So as soon as Liam's back touches the mat, off the move that I've initiated, I score, okay? I can also land on top and try and look for a pin, but I'll kind of cover what pins are a bit later. Okay. Next option, I see I've snapped to the front headlock, right? This is not a takedown, right? So if we're north-south, we continue scrambling, and Liam's not lost any points, okay? I need to take Liam's back, and what I mean by that is not like a hip right. This isn't points until I've like cleared the hips, alright? Once I get to here, I don't have to have like hooks in or body triangle or like real deep control. As long as I'm behind with sort of like semi-control, I'm going to score 2 points there, okay? When we're on ground, guys, anytime I roll Liam through his back, whether I'm underneath him or not, I get 2 points. So if you imagine, guys, this is Liam's front, this is his back, right? The minute the back is less than 90 degrees towards the mat, I get 2 points, okay? So you can do what's either called a tilt, or you can roll all the way through. So a tilt would be like this, where we're running half 90, and we come back. I can do the exact same thing as many times as I want. As long as between the back exposure and the reset, his chest faces the ground again, okay? So again, if I do that tilt 5 times in a row, I'll probably win the match, right? Same with gut wrench and leg laces, I can roll all the way through. So again, we're here, we'll roll through the gut wrench. That would be 2 points. With freestyle, a bit different to NCAAs, if any of you have watched that. You're allowed to grab around the waist and join your grips, alright? So in NCAA, you're not allowed to join your hands at any point, which is weird. Is that? Yeah.
Have they been on singles, like singles and doubles?
Nah, groundwork.
Groundwork, okay.
Because in NCAA, they get what's called ride time, so give the guy in the bottom a chance to like get back to his feet.
Mm-hmm.
With the rolls, guys, you don't have to change grips after every roll. You can continue in the same roll. So if I get like a gut wrench or leg lace, I'll try and roll 4 or 5 times in a row to try and finish the match. So here, guys, let me shoulder up. So to get a pin, right, I have to have control here. That's important. And what I need is for both Liam's shoulder blades to touch. Okay. Now, common misconception is you don't have to hold it for a length of time. All it really needs to happen is that, and it's flat. Okay. So similar sort of thing with the rolls. What happens is, as his back's on the ground, there'll be 3 referees on the mat. Probably not for this interclub, but like generally speaking in wrestling comps. So there'll be 1 in the middle and 2 on either side, right? And odds are 2 out of the 3 are going to have a good view of like the back at that point, okay? So the referee at mat level, he'll literally be down like this sort of level, looking for that second shoulder to touch. As soon as he sees that shoulder touch, he'll stop watching the wrestling, he'll turn to either side. Right, and he'll look for confirmation from one of the judges, probably one that's got a better view of the back, yeah? If the other, so you hold his hand like that. If the other judge doesn't see anything, he'll keep both hands on the table, and after maybe 3 or 4 seconds, the referee will look back and continue watching for a pin again. If the other judge holds his hand up, confirm it, the referee calls the pin like on the spot. So it could even be like, say, I'm on top of Liam, the referee's looking at the table, Liam gets back to his front, right? But in that time, that referee confirms it. Even when Liam's on his front, the other referee will come back and just call the pin straight away, because 2 referees have seen both shoulders touch. Nah, one. Whoever's got the best view of the back. You know what I mean? Like if right? If we're here like this, and there's a ref there, and there's one behind here, how is that one behind going to know, you know? So if I was the ref in that, I'd be down sort of looking for that shoulder touch, and as soon as I see it, I'd look up to the referee. That's it. In terms of like the rest of myself, guys, so imagine this is a circle and not a square. There's an outside ring, an inside ring, there's about a metre between that, okay? So anywhere in the inside ring you're pretty safe, alright? Now if I'm wrestling, alright, and I'm kind of backing up towards the edge, if Liam's within a metre of the outside ring, you'll hear the rest start to call zone, alright? That means Liam needs to start working his way back into that, because he's in danger of being pushed out. So, the way the push-out rule works in wrestling, guys, I can't just like run like that. It'll just bring us back to the centre and reset. And if I continue doing that, I'll probably get a caution because it's not yeah, it's not active wrestling, okay? So, if we're on the edge of the mat like this, a really good strategy is just to dive at a double leg, because normally Liam's going to sprawl. So I'm here, and he sprawls, and he steps out, I get 1 point, okay? If I've got grips in the legs, then I can just walk around, okay, because I'm still technically attacking. So, if you step out the mat while you're in defense, you lose 1 point, okay? As well as that, guys, they'll allow the move to continue until it finishes. So, if we're here, see I've shot, right, I'm driving Liam out, I see this in my feet. I'm driving Liam out, it keeps his feet. If I go sort of like a couple of meters off the mat, we'll stop, it'll give me the point, and we'll reset. If I start the move inside the mat and take one of these back, so we go here, like that, and we end up outside, I get the 4 points for the takedown, okay? So if you're on the edge of the mat, don't just give up because you're like, oh shit, I'd rather give 1 point than 4, and just kind of fall to the ground. You'll still get to lose the points you get taken down in that process, yeah?
Is that if you initiate from the inside circle?
Inside, yeah. So if, say for example, where this wouldn't apply, see I've shot a double leg and Liam's on the way out, and I'll change grips and try like a trick or something like that. If he's already stepped out as I change, like transition the grips, I don't get the full value takedown, I only get the point for push out.
Sure.
Cool.
What if you're on the edge of the mat and you're shooting from the inside zone and you like run the corner?
If he gets out of the way and you step out,
Yeah.
you lose 1.
Okay, yeah.
So again, if he's defensively wrestling, not just like doing this sort of thing, like if he's sprawled, turn me and then goes to attack, then you get the points.
Okay, yeah.
Or more often than not, if I shoot and I miss and I ask the legs, if I turn and step out, it'll give the point.
It's 1 foot out?
Yeah, it's super, you can literally be like that.
Okay.
As soon as that's on the line, you lose a point. Cool.
Lit.
When you take it down, but you just sit.
Yeah, so that's a good point. So see guys, Liam's shot leg attack, right? And we've landed in this position. I haven't posted here. I've kind of stepped back and my chest is still on the ground. Liam hasn't scored, but we continue wrestling, okay? From here, the minute I post that arm back, I was 2 points, I think that would be. Because he's not taking me in the back, but he's still secure to takedown, okay? So if I can keep my chest on his back, we continue. If I drop the hand or the elbow, even if you drop the hand and the elbow though guys, continue wrestling because you've lost points, but the actual movement hasn't stopped yet, okay?
So what you gonna do from there? If you cannot put the hand, use your.
Me personally,
If you don't put the hand, you know?
yeah. I'll go deep here, S grip, drive that towards his head, pop this elbow up, and then sprawl this leg. Okay. It's difficult, it's not easy, but that's the defense.
Yes, it's power, big power.
Not necessarily power, like there's a lot of technique in that, but it's difficult to land in that position and not put your hand back. That's the hard part. Yeah.
If you do put your hand down, what's your next
I
move?
would
You're like,
kick-
okay, I
yeah.
fucked it up.
I would kick the free leg over his head and base out flat on the chest.
Okay, yeah.
Here,
Just belly
right
out.
here, I'd post and then come there.
Yeah, you'd be like, okay, GG, fine, take your 2 points,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
fail. So that's the next point, guys. As you're going to ground, try and stay off your back. Really, really important in wrestling. If you get 2 4-point takedowns in a row, because as you're going to ground, you've accepted the takedown, just land on your back, which you're comfortable in guard, you're 2 points away from losing the match. As opposed to if you land on your front, you're 6 points away from losing the match. Okay? So yeah, really important, guys. The other thing in wrestling, there's no subs. So given your back, you're not going to get choked out. Okay? When we're on ground, guys, you get roughly 10 seconds of inactivity before they'll stand you up. Okay? In wrestling, they're really focused on offense, so if the match stalls for too long, they'll stand you up and you just reset to the feet. The other way you get stood up is say I can get like 2 failed attempts at a move. So see I'm in a gut wrench in Liam and I'm trying to roll and defends it, right? If I try and jump to the opposite side and try on the opposite side, I can't get it to go. If I reset back in the centre, they'll probably stand you up after the 2 attempts, yeah? Again, it's just to try and keep things moving as long as possible. As well as that, guys, the other thing you probably have to be a bit wary of, if we're a minute and a half into the first round and there's no score, the less active wrestler will get put in what's called a shot clock, right? That means you've got 30 seconds to score a point or you lose a point, okay? And it's not ideal, but it does make for more exciting matches. You see a lot more attacking as a result of that rule. What I will say, guys, if you get put on the shot clock, don't panic. You're better off losing 1 point than trying to shit leg attack and getting your back taken and losing 4, yeah? So still try and set up, but like be a bit more proactive on setups, yeah? As well as that, guys, generally speaking in 0-0 matches, if you're controlling the centre of the ring and you're constantly trying to move, you're not going to get called passive. Okay? So try and be as active as you can.
Few questions. Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Okay, so in a front head, I've seen it a few times, like wrestlers get schlepped.
Yep.
What is the ruling on, like, what looks like a choke but what doesn't look like a choke but is one? And like,
Sorry, that's a good point, guys. On a front headlock, you can't go like straight guillotine across the net. You have to have one arm in the grip, so it'd be like head arm choke. Now, if I'm actively trying to roll and Liam resists and he goes to sleep, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, like I'll probably win the match there. But the reason being, as this arm comes across and they try and roll, if I resist, it actually tightens up across the arteries and the neck. Right, to relieve that pressure, I can roll, but then I have to give up points. You know what I mean? So you always have the opportunity in wrestling. If you want to get choked out, you can roll and accept that the grips are tight, but you give up points in the process.
I've heard people disqualified in the World Cup. The guys see?
Yeah, so sometimes guys will do that, but they'll not try and roll. They'll just hold the choke. You can't do that in wrestling. You have to be actively trying to throw the pressure and roll. Yeah, you can't just sit and hold it and
okay,
choke.
yep,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
The guy that's doing the roll with the front head, like the arm triangle, and if their back hits the mat, but they've done the roll,
yeah. So if you initiate the move and your back goes through the ground,
you don't lose any points. Yeah.
as long as you don't get trapped there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so if we're here, if I go like front head and arm,
Yeah.
there's no drama there because I've came up on top, right?
Yeah.
If we're here, alright, and I roll, and I get stuck, say, for maybe like half a second, whatever, I'll try and bridge and come back up, and it might be like, in that scenario, maybe 2-2, so I would lose 2, Liam would lose 2, because he's held me on the back, I also put him on his back first.
Yeah.
One other thing, guys, that I should have mentioned, a reversal on ground, so if Liam's on my back, alright, so Liam's secured 2 points here, just that. Alright, if I can say sit through and take his back, I'll get 1 point. So a reversal on ground with 1 point. Alright?
You sorry, can you do it again?
That's really bad technique. I was just gonna give an example.
Yeah, but it's you get 1 point.
Yeah.
And
So if he's in control on ground, then I can reverse it and get control of Liam on ground, so go from here to here, 1 point. But Liam would have already scored 2 for the takedown, yeah?
So, jiu-jitsu question.
Yeah.
If I have a standing front head of some kind, okay, sometimes I'll do, hold this for a second. Sometimes I'll do some weird shit like this here, right?
Yeah.
And I'll kind of like sit through on this.
Yep.
And try and follow up.
Yep.
Am I gonna get penalized?
Nope.
Okay.
You've initiated the movement.
Okay.
So
Dude, I'm like any opportunity to make jiu-jitsu into wrestling?
no, that's fine. So as long as you don't get stuck on your back, you're sweet.
Sure.
So that would be 4-0. If you do that, and so do it one more time. Go here. Then probably 4-2. Because I've committed to
And then
that's it. You can bail and then you're pretty safe.
Sure.
So you're still winning in that exchange, but you're losing points.
okay, sure. What about something crazy like kind of sun, like the leg scissor thing? Is that legal or is that not legal?
It is legal, but
It's a dog act, don't do it.
Not like for most comps are allowed, but because it's a novice one, I'll probably stop it if I see it because I'll be refereeing like the matches.
Okay, sure.
I don't want anyone getting injured.
Yeah.
About this for the problem from the matches, you say if after you try to turn the back, yeah. So if for example, if you take me down, but then I sit like this, with the arm, yeah?
Yeah.
So you see, I'm gonna squeeze in here, so if you
You have to be trying to turn him.
yeah, but so he move left, right? You're gonna, bro, you're gonna try to move left, right, to move around. And I'm also moving with him.
But
And
if he
then-
does that from there, I would try and turn him rather than
Like,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
So you can squeeze, but you have to be showing that you're trying to
You're
fucking
trying
send
to,
it.
yeah. You
And
can't
he-
just sit there and squeeze and as he's about to go out there, oh cool, I'm going to roll now.
But
Yeah.
if he's moving actively, I can block first.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then,
Yep.
okay.
What other dirty jiu-jitsu tricks can I use?
On ground, guys, just a couple of good options for defense. When you're flat, if I use this line on the mat, like the line between the two mats as an example, your elbows should never be either on that line or below that line. If I get turned and that elbow's trapped, I'm going to do some damage to my shoulder or my arm as a roll through. Right? If your elbows are forward of that line, I can still base out quite wide. And then if I feel like I'm getting turned, I just pull up the side of my face. I can roll through safely. Yeah. So never, guys, never have your elbows and your shoulders in a straight line, or below that line. If that makes sense. Here. On ground as well, guys. You want to be like balls of your hands pushed onto the mat, hips tight to the ground. All right. So you can be quite light on your feet here. It doesn't really matter too much. You're pushing your chest up in the air. All right. But I want pretty much like my lower rib cage all the way down to my hips to be in contact with the mat. So sort of there like that is like a really strong defensive position. As well as that, guys, when we're here and you're basing out, never have your arms straight for the same reason as the elbows getting trapped. Right, if I get stuck there and that arm's straight, it's not going to be good. If the elbow's bent, I can at least kind of kick that hand in and then roll through nice and safely. Yeah.
Connor, if I try and hit like a single arm throw, like a Sianagi or whatever, if I fuck it up, if I initiate, am I still getting penalized?
It depends. So this is
Okay, that old chestnut. The old it depends trick.
So in this case, right, if I've got my grip, I come here, I slip in transition and Liam takes my back. It's called a slip throw. We just stood up and no one loses any points.
Okay.
Really?
Where yeah,
Why? If you get the back?
it's to encourage people to try and do big throws.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're getting penalised for trying something exciting, no one does it.
Oh, I see.
It's to get people doing throws to make it
To fucking make it sick. Yeah, yeah, cool.
right? Where it doesn't work is if Liam's like got me in the back foot, or he's trying to miss on the hook, and I just try and do like an arm spinner here, and fall there. It's not gonna get. You're not gonna get stood up there. Liam's gonna get the takedown. So
I see, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
if
looks like you're attacking.
if I'm trying to counter his like knee tap
Yeah.
or something,
yeah,
and I fuck it, then
exactly.
okay, cool.
If you try and
But if
initiate
I'm the
and you've got,
guy-
like a good control of grips, and you just slip off in transition, then you'll get stood up.
Okay.
The other one that might fuck you up a little bit is say I'm here. Right, I try and go arm spin and Liam stops my pressure. Alright? And from here I try and like leap on it and pull it there. Because he's stopped the initial momentum. I've lost grips after he's stopped momentum, he'll get the takedown.
Sure. Is there anything like to follow on from that? Like say you fuck it up and you're like, I fucked this up in your head. What should you do? Should you just be like, okay,
Just bail.
GG, 2 points. Okay.
That's
Fine.
my question. If you're on the way to ground and you're fighting a losing battle, just get your stuff to the ground.
Okay.
Defensively on ground, guys, well, you can be either here or flat. I'd recommend to go flat because if I'm staying up here, we're able to get really easy grips on gut wrenches. Alright, so say Liam's on the back. Imagine, put your hands on my shoulders. So imagine Liam sort of just finished his takedown. So rather than sitting here and giving him an easy grip of the gut wrench, I go flat straight away. And then it makes it harder for him to work his grips, yeah? And again, guys, if you're there for like 10 seconds in an activity, you're going to get stood up in range just 3 seconds.
Yeah, I also want to ask, so if they lie down, you manage to pick them up, and I actually pick them up.
That's fine.
How many points are different?
So,
How
if you throw someone and their feet go above your head height, 5 points.
like your head, you say
So yeah, like a full suplex, like standing suplex, 5 points. Or even like a fireman's from here and I come over the top and dunk.
okay,
Five
not
points.
lifting very high, for example, you pick him up from here, he go like this, like he's moving too much, he'll just go like boom, like this.
So if his back, even in the air, if his back faces the ground, and when you land you come out of control, 4 points.
You know the crotch lock to defend outside single? Is if you
That would be
fucking
4.
4?
Yeah. Because you've technically gone from standing position and put him on the ground for his shoulders.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be a reversal in that sense because you're both standing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
About the rolling, when you get the front head lock, when you start rolling,
Continue.
is it better to be like from a little bit stand so you can jump in, or
The grips are the most important there. If I'm doing on Liam, alright, I swing your hands. I want to get this arm across his body. Okay, so don't think about pulling this up here or anything like that. I want the arm to go across here. Okay, so from here, catch it here. I might walk to the opposite side to take away his base, and then roll under there. Like that.
so if he's like this, would you go?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you're gonna go and then you're gonna just jump a little bit more, right? Or no?
Not at the cost of your grips. Your grips are the main focus, yeah?
Like squeeze and then
It'll be hard. The way you've done it, because you're going to do it with me.
Yeah, I will shoot myself, but
See, grips are important, yeah?
that's
So don't jump because you have no control. If my feet stay on the ground, even if I'm on my back, I can drive my hips up.
So
in the air.
better to be step close
Yeah.
down like this.
Yeah. No worries.
Because for better base, right?
That's it. So I'm just going to use. So from here, if I'm here and I get stuck, I can drive my feet off the ground, shoulders up, and push through there. If I jump and my feet are up here and heels on my back, I just get my feet back before I can start putting pressure on again. So feet stay on the ground. And the rules on this.
That's all like the main beginner stuff.
Yeah.
1 point from the again, touch the ground.
Oh yeah. So you guys, in wrestling, I'm taking Liam here. I've got his back. This isn't a takedown. I need either his forehead, an elbow, or a knee to touch ground. Okay. However you can get that. Literally, you can just go.
Is that 1 or 2 point?
Two. Standing to ground.
How do you do it?
That applies with like a front headlock if you're
Sorry?
standing too. Front head with standing, if you pull back and break them down to the hands with that.
Still have to take the back though.
Oh, okay.
Anything north south is not takedown.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Any other questions, guys?
I have some weird stuff. So it's like you know wrestling like a funk roll or a
No
pass?
funk rolls.
No funk roll.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just NCAA.
Yeah.
Okay. GG.
Grounder rolls. No grounder rolls.
So if I'm in turtle, like I can't roll over the top.
If Liam's on my back and I try and grounder roll,
Why not? Why not?
because I'm putting my back on the ground.
Yeah, but it's movement.
Doesn't matter. From here, if I go here, 2 points to Liam.
Even if you end up on top.
Even if I end up.
Motherfucker.
2-1, 2-1, 2-1.
2-1 if you end up on top.
Yeah.
Well, that's not worth it.
Yeah,
God damn it.
He just lives
You
Yeah.
can actually give 2 points and you can pin him, isn't it?
It's difficult because
'Cause-
again, grounder rolls are very hard when you've got a grip of your waist. Yeah, they're not allowed to join hands in NCAA, which is why they do grounder rolls.
Can I try what happened for this?
I'm going to roll with you.
I like that Sotir's like bet.
Yeah. For wrestling, I'm going to roll with you.
Bet.
Okay?
It's going to be a losing bet, but it's a bet. Grab your there you go. Now look.
Do it again, Sotir.
So yeah,
I'll go again.
You're gonna get 10-0, bro. That's what you're gonna do.
when people grounder roll in wrestling, I do a cartwheel in my head. So I got you here. When I feel you go over, I do this. And I land back here.
Majestic.
That's it.
Conor may look thick, but he's majestic. It's just not fun.
Mans can backflip, bro.
Any other questions, guys?
I guess if they take you back somehow, and instead of mucking around with grips, like
If you're on the
try
ball.
not to, like just say they got your back from standing.
Like a
Yeah.
like a rear body lock, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So instead of trying to get suplex, just trying to get on your stomach, like jump.
I would go a tripod man. So from here, I'm still in the fight and I haven't lost points.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm in real danger, then I would drop.
Yeah.
And that's when you lose 2 points because you initiated the drop, yeah?
Yeah,
Better than getting suplexed.
100%.
That's 5
So
points.
you have a point in the back. So if here no points.
No points.
So it's mean if I want to attack like this, I first need to come get the points.
No, you don't have to secure points to do the moves on the ground. So if we're here, so chop the arm, right? You can roll from there if you want to roll. That's fine. But instead of getting 4 points, you only get 2. So if you go behind,
That's a strategy.
yeah. So if you go behind, you get 2, and then come back, and you can roll. Yep, and then 4.
Or just go the upside.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
What's this roll? So as in like if he rolls you through from there?
So what he's asking is, if he's on like a hip ride, he hasn't scored any points for the takedown if he's not behind.
Because he's on the hip ride, yep.
So what he's saying is, as a strategy, can you go hip ride, go behind, get your 2, and then roll for another 2, rather than just the roll and get a 2. Which is fine.
Okay.
When you score points, you don't reset. You keep going.
Keep going, yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
So 10 points is scored.
Yeah,
Well,
so
10 points.
yeah. So that's the scoring system, guys. So pretty much 2 3-minute rounds. Alright, score continues in both rounds. If one person goes 10 points up, so not just like a 10-0, but like it can be like 21-11. Alright, as soon as someone gets 10 points clear, they win the match.
How 10-0? 10-0? 10-0 you win?
Yeah.
Or 8-0?
Or 14-4. You know, as long as you're 10 points in front.
thank you.
Okay? So it's not a race to 10, it's 10 points clear.
To show just straight up dominance. That's the
Yeah,
idea, right?
that's it. It's 10 points superiority.
That's why you
Yeah.
always want to continue
Yeah,
rolling
exactly,
through.
exactly. If there's a pin, that ends the match straight away, regardless of the time, regardless of who. So I could be winning 9-0, Liam pins me, he wins the match. Cool. So you could dominate me for like.
Josh Burr. I'm gonna clip this little bit of the video and send it to him just to disrespect him.
Yeah, so Liam could dominate me for like 3 or 4 minutes over rest or whatever. He can try and roll me. If he gets stuck in his back and I pin him, I win the match, regardless of score. If there's no pin and no tech falls, whoever has the most points in that 6-minute match wins. And that's pretty much it, guys.
And if you guys go the full 6 minutes of that score, if they have like a golden point, what kind of thing?
No. If you go a minute and a half into the first round, there's no score, they put you in the Pacific clock.
So whichever wrestler
Okay, so it prevents that. Yeah, it prevents that, yes.
So there's always going to be
So
a decision.
Always a winner in a wrestling
Okay,
match, regardless.
So in the instance of a draw at 6 minutes,
There's not.
How?
So if in the first round, if it's 0-0 a minute and a half in the first round, they pick the least offensive wrestler. They got 30 seconds to score or they lose it.
okay, but so like so say we get on the shot clock 1 point. Next round, the other person if they get a step if they get stepped out or something, and it's 1-1 going
Oh,
into
so yeah, so the score's even.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's by criteria first. So say the score at the end of the match is 4-4. I've got two point takedowns and Liam's got 1 4-point takedown. Because the 4-point takedown is like a higher criteria score, he wins.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So higher scoring moves are going to win you matches.
Yep.
Again, it's back to that kind of spectator aspect where they want people to do like big throws and stuff to make
Sure.
it look good.
And then if you both have 2-2s,
Whoever scored the last one.
score the last one. Okay, sure.
And can I just verify something? So, for example, 1-1, the one who get the last point
Wins. Yeah.
And all same, if it's 2-2, doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Who get the last point?
So if it's a draw, they look at the higher value scoring techniques, and if it's the same, so say we go 6-6 and we're going 2-2-2-2, that'd be it, but same thing.
The point is that he's been fighting, wrestling until the last minute.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So yeah, they reward the person that scores last if all criteria is the same. Cool. That's pretty much it, guys. I actually can't think of any more.
That's
rules.
wrestling in a nutshell. There you go.